Well, hello there. He lives.
Well, how's it go? The rumors of my early demise were greatly exaggerated or something like that? Something like that? When you go silent like that, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're just like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right, but I'm not going to give you any feedback about it. I don't know if you're thinking, I've never heard of that before in my life. I don't know if you actually think, no. I know what he's talking about. That's totally not the quote. And I'm trying to decide whether to correct him on air or, I don't know, something else. Like, oh, he looks lovely tonight. I don't know. So maybe there's...
Yeah, well, that was a little bit of that last one. And let me propose an extra one that you didn't put.
An extra one? Okay.
Yeah, one that is not covered by your choices there.
Okay.
And that is that I forgot to set my output to my earphones. And when I
You couldn't hear yourself?
did
You couldn't
do
hear
that,
me?
I couldn't hear you at first. And then when I did that, my recording stopped and I had to quickly turn it back on so that it wouldn't get too far out of sync.
Oh, good.
So,
well, this will.
I was having just a mild audio-related crisis over here. So,
well, it's a good thing I kept talking then, because
yes,
you'll have my side. Yeah, that's good.
Correct. So it's going to be okay.
Sausage is going to be okay.
It's a little bit of that very disturbing phrase, opening the kimono.
Did I send that to you? I know I sent it to somebody. Did I send that to you?
Your sausage thing?
No, not a sausage thing, and not an opening the kimono thing, and not those two things related.
Certainly not that.
No, my little ring, my little ure, whatever it's called, thing.
Ure?
Yeah, the Aura. That's what's
Aura.
Ure's a lovely little city in Colorado. Actually, they do a lot of ice. They do a lot of ice climbing there. They do ice climbing there.
Do they?
Yeah, and it sits on a natural spring. It's like so. There's little spas and stuff. It's really it's a cool town. So in the summer you can take a Jeep. You can do like a 4x4 tour. You can go from Ure across the pass over the Rockies, the Continental Divide, into Telluride. So if you're familiar where Telluride is, it's on the other side of the mountains from Ure. And then there's a train that runs from Ure down into, I think it's actually from Silverton down into Durango, because Durango kind of sits below. And then, so if you're doing the drive, you go Ure down into Durango and then up into Telluride.
It's
beautiful country.
Of geographical names.
Beautiful country. Yeah.
Telluride, there's a big film festival there, I believe.
There's a lot of festivals there. Yeah. Yeah, jazz festivals, film festivals, cherry tomato festival. I don't know actually know if that's true. Probably not true.
I think the jazz festival would be a lot of fun to watch, because you had all these people trying to play horns at like 8,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, if not higher. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the base elevation is real high.
Don't need no mutes up there.
So I brought up this whole Ure thing, the Aura thing, because I don't want to get into details here in public, but I'm a little sleep deprived, and and it was so bad because it gives me it gives you the sleep score and activity score and everything. It also gives you a readiness score.
Yeah, we brushed up against that last time, and I'm still not entirely sure I get what the readiness score is measuring.
I'm not sure either, but the other day it was so bad. It was so bad. Okay, let me just read you. Let me read over the last. What do you want to start with? The past week. Let's just do the past week, okay?
That works.
So, do I even have a readiness score for this one? Okay, I don't. All right, we're going to go to Thursday.
You're completely unready.
Thursday, good.
Good. Right.
Friday.
Thursday's good.
And it's just good. It all says is good, okay? Then on Friday it says, pay attention, which sounds like Carlos. Every time I hear that, I think of Carlos saying, pay attention, buddies. And then it says, go easy.
Go easy.
Go easy. Now, that's not what you want to hear on a Friday.
Whoa, trigger.
Right. Go easy into the weekend. Okay. Then on Saturday, It doesn't really improve much, and it says, pay attention. And it says, don't push it.
Don't push it.
Don't push it. And then the little subtext says, looks like something kept your heart rate up last night.
Oh.
To give your body the rest it needs, try taking it easy today. Now, before anybody jumps to conclusions, I was sleeping alone on Saturday. There was nothing exciting I can tell you happened.
I think you forced
my heart
people to
rate
jump to
going.
that conclusion now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that.
Go on there.
Okay. So then on Sunday, my readiness was back to good. He says, you're making progress. It's great. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday, again, going down again, it says, watch your steps.
Well, there's a lot of different sort of.
But there was one. I can't find it now. There was one. Maybe it was the sleep score or something. But one of these at some point told me. It said, "It's going to be okay." It's literally what it said.
You need some words of encouragement from your sleep quantifier.
It's going to be. Oh, here's another. Okay, so this one's from Tuesday. Tonight's a new night. You didn't sleep that well last night, but don't worry, you'll be fine. Try to take it easy today and make time for some sleep tonight. Like, I hadn't thought about that.
Make some time for. Try sleeping better. Give that a shot.
Have you heard of my Plan 50?
I don't know what else you've been trying, but let's do sleeping better. That would be a much better decision, I think.
How about you sleep better? How about you?
Have you tried not staying up all night?
I'm waiting for it to go into like something like buckle down. Or let's start taking this seriously.
Try harder to sleep. That always works. I'm amazed at just how many of these sort of presumably automatically generated things based on your data trend or whatever. But there's so many of them. Somebody had to write all of those.
Well, I'm assuming they didn't use Giuseppe.
Yeah, probably not. Because they're like, have you tried drinking milk?
But not
or
milk.
Not milk.
Right. All right, I was in rest mode. I'm turning off rest mode. Hold on, let's turn off.
Yeah, please don't fall asleep on the show. That's not.
Got it. Rest mode's off. That means it's going to start yelling at me.
Speaking of not milk, I don't think we've talked since I tried the not milk.
Oh, you did try it.
Yeah.
And
I found it.
What did you try it in? How did you try it? How did you prepare?
I had it in cereal.
Yeah, I think that's the good way. What kind of cereal?
Yeah, that's a good. It was the Frosted Mini Wheats.
Wheats.
And it was shockingly good. I was very impressed with it. Now it does have
just leave it. Just stop. Wait, don't.
Well, come on. I gotta analyze. No, it's good. No, don't get me wrong now. But there is a I don't know, a flavor that is present that signifies that this is a little maybe off, I suppose, but not in a bad way. It's not like a bad taste. You're just like, there's something interesting. Like, it's almost like you're drinking or you're using milk that did have maybe some alphabets in it. And they were in there for just a little while, and then you poured it into
not
something
microorganisms,
else. Like the cereal, if you remember the cereal alphabets, which I love
flavored milk.
Death.
So it's kind of like a flavored milk,
right? Exactly. There is some kind of flavor there, and you can't quite put your finger on it. It's not a vanilla. It's not any kind of fruity or whatever.
Could be it's not pineapple, even though there's pineapple.
Right. Nor is it cabbage, thankfully. Because that's in there too.
I really like this essence of cabbage that I'm getting on the finish.
We need to see if Lisa will do an essence of cabbage scented candle.
Got a little kimchi finish. I like that.
Oh yeah, now give me that. Some spicy fermented cabbage. Yeah. Sauerkraut with a kick.
It doesn't taste like that, just for the record.
It does not.
Taste like that. Right.
No, it tastes really good. It was, and like you said, the creaminess of it, I don't know, is a success. I don't know how to put it really, but it works. And that's been my problem with all of these other milk alternatives, is they've been really kind of watery, or there's some other weird aspect to the. Yeah, I hesitate to use the word texture with regards to a liquid, but I can't come up with a better word for it, and it's weird. It's just weird. It's off. And this is not that. So that's pretty cool. I was impressed. Giuseppe did a good job on that.
Gotta love Giuseppe. You gotta love Giuseppe.
I tried to put it on the site, but apparently you have to buy a lot if you're going to buy it from Amazon.
You need a refrigerator in the garage just for that.
Yeah. They'll send it to you. They'll send you 6 gallons.
How do you get it? Did they send it cold?
I guess. I hope. Well, I mean, maybe it doesn't even need to be cold. I mean, I don't even know if this stuff is perishable or not. Because like rice milk and almond milk and all that stuff isn't. You get that at room temperature, no problem.
Really?
I mean, you drink it cold because you're used to it cold, and it's better cold, kind of like Coke and beer and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
But being room temperature doesn't ruin it or anything.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I can't do that. But Henry tried the not milk, and
did he?
He intelligently he poured it in a little glass first, just to make sure before he ruined his cereal with it, and then he drank some, and he's like, "No, this is horrible. This is how do you even?" He said to me, "When's the last time you had milk?" He's like, I don't think you remember what milk tastes like. That way, only
teenagers can.
Yeah. And so, but he's right to us, I guess, because I said it's been almost a year since I've had like milk, like pour some real milk. So maybe that's the trick. Maybe you have to have moved off of it or onto something else, and then you come back to this, and this tastes so remarkably close to milk if you're not used to drinking milk, like the memory of milk. Because other people we talk to love it; they think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's good.
And it froths up for people who want. I don't know why. We're not getting anything for this. Like,
right? Yeah, they're not a sponsor. Well, not yet, anyway.
Right. But, so it's not like there's any benefit
Giuseppe,
here.
if you're listening, we wouldn't mind.
Giuseppe, the omnipotent AI chef, he has much better.
He's looking for people to. He's scouring the internet. He's like.
You think?
He's like one of these evil programs that he's the master control program.
That could happen, couldn't it?
Yeah, Giuseppe will turn everything into not milk. He's like, well, how about you
like
have
Soylent
not,
Green? Like
not world.
Soylent Green, not world.
Oh, you made fun of the cabbage water, huh?
Have you seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I feel like we have so many things to talk about. I don't even know where to begin.
I had a backlog of pins here.
And you have pins. It was an active pin week for you too,
that was kind of strange.
Which is exciting.
Usually pin.
No, but I feel like this one. I mean, it's always fun to guess what's happening when the pin is sent. Right. Is this happening actively?
Yeah.
Or is this like what's going on? So when you sent me the topic of hotel headboards, I couldn't help but wonder, like, where is he right now?
I'll tell you exactly where I was. I was at Yellow Dog Eats, actually. Which what? If you haven't partaken, by the way, it's a great place to eat. It's a barbecue place, and it's really, really cool venue. But and we were having dinner with our friends from here in the compound here that you know as neighbor number 1 and his wife from the Ted saga, and he was talking about the show. He listens to the show. So how you doing, Mark? And the subject of the belts. We even talked about belts, like how often do you wash your belt,
You never.
Right, exactly. And
Right.
That subject came up, and he was talking about how it occurred to him that the same can be said of hotel headboards, that they clean everything else in the room, but there is no way they clean that headboard.
Mark, why? Why would you do that to me?
Because he said it occurred to him like when he was leaning back against it, and then he was thinking of our show and us talking about the belt thing, and he was like, this headboard probably is like, there's no way they should clean this thing.
I thought about that when I was sitting naked in the hotel chair, the little office chair.
Woo.
This never gets cleaned, I bet.
Well, certainly not now.
I mean, surely I'm fine, because who else would do this?
Right. Yeah. You're the first one to do that, I'm sure. Considering how you are about germs.
Which is why you should never do it. Ever. Don't even consider it. Don't even think, oh, just for a second. Nope. Don't do it. Resist the urge. I don't care if you're in a towel. Don't do it. Just don't do it. So now when I'm going to have to, what am I going to do? I don't carry Lysol wipes around. I'm going to have to like Purell the heck out of the headboard. It's going to be like
you talked about wanting to pare down your Splenda. You can take the Splenda out and replace it with Lysol wipes.
I thought maybe you were saying like I could whip up some kind of
Splenda cleaning solution.
They say if you use enough of anything, it'll kill you. So I'm figuring that use enough Splenda, it's going to kill whatever's on.
Yeah. It's
a paste. I formed this nice paste. I'll call you. I'll take a picture. So Marcus, I got this paste of Splenda formed now. How long do I have to leave it on?
The low-calorie disinfectant.
Right. And can I still use it for my tea?
Hey, that's new shimmer as a dessert topping and a floor wax.
Oh man, I never thought about that. Gosh,
yeah, right. And then, particularly, I mean, because,
Thanks,
okay,
Mark.
the table as well, or whatever, sure. But the headboard is particularly kind of heinous because people's heads have been leaning on that, and all of the things that can go wrong with the head area and the hair.
Right. Depending on how creative they are, it may not just be their head.
Well, certainly that, yeah. Somebody could have been handcuffed to that thing.
Some people could sleep upside down, could have their feet up there.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah.
Because that's not a bad strategy. Have you ever been in the mattress in the hotel
Not in the mattress,
hotel mattress? You remember that time you were in the mattress
when I got murdered and I got stuffed in there?
God, good time. But you sit in that you sleep in the spot that everyone sleeps in, and it's just kind of like a little dip.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you're like, and so then you feel the other side. And you're like, oh, this is better over here, but I can't sleep over here. I don't want to sleep over here. And so then you consider, should I just flip the mattress? No, I can't flip this by myself.
And sometimes those mattresses have like a topper or whatever on it where you can't flip it. It's not.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, so so a solution would be just turn around. Mm-hmm. And then certainly the bottom of the bed won't have the same dip.
Right.
Right, but then your feet are on the headboard.
You'll still be on the same side that you're
used to.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would be good though, because now there's nothing to put your stuff on.
Yeah, there's no bedside table or it's
if you figured out like me, I always stay in the same place in California. So if I know the navigation in my sleep, and so the time I do that, I'd get out of bed and then I'd end up walking into the wall,
smack into the window or something. Yeah. Bong.
Right. Yeah, that's great. And the hotel I was there, I don't know if we talked about this or not when I was there in April, it still has the slimy water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would think that California water would be better than that.
No, it is fine. When I went down to Anaheim after, the water at Grand Californian was delightful.
Oh, okay.
It was normal water. This hotel that I'm staying in when I'm in California is a 5-minute walk from where I lived. I had no water issues like this. It's almost like they are getting it from somewhere else, or maybe new pipes were installed, or maybe they're using a softener that's not actually doing a good job. I don't know what they're doing, but It's slime. It's got I don't know if that means it's like heavy or soft or I think hard or soft. And
I think it's soft.
But it's just slime. It's slimy. It's gross. So they're probably over softening it or something.
That sounds like whenever I would be in the Mississippi Delta, that water is very slimy.
But there's no question. There's no question on the hotel survey about. There's no proper category.
Is the water slimy?
Yeah, like,
probably because they know that it is, clean? And so they don't want to ask.
When they say was everything functioning properly, like the television, the alarm, like I want to say, well, yeah, but the water wasn't.
Your water de-slimer is apparently not working correctly.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah,
I'd say that. Whatever hotels usually use to remove slime from the water is not operational.
And I get it. Yeah, so it really makes me reconsider staying there. But then I think, oh, good Lord, if I stay somewhere else and I find some other problem or the same problem, I don't know, and then I'll really be upset with myself. So I just don't go as often.
That's clearly the way to go.
Or maybe
I've just stopped going.
Maybe I can find a soap that I don't know, rinses easier or something. I don't know. It's gross. Yeah. It's really nasty. That's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good point, and it's something I hadn't thought of. And that's why
Thanks, Mark.
That's
great, buddy.
I gotta send this on.
That's great. Okay. Well, and then you were on the move, apparently. Because somewhere in your travels, you either visited or went by, maybe drove by an RV dealership of some sort?
Yeah. Well, RV dealerships have been a puzzlement to me for a long, long time. And the reasoning behind it is you see them in the weirdest spots, like rural areas will have an RV dealership. And in this RV dealership, and now let me disclaimer this by saying I have no problem with RVs. I think they're really cool. And I've been on trips in them in the past and I like them a lot. What I don't understand about RV dealerships is there appear to be quite a few of these, more than one would think for such a sort of specialized vehicle. And the inventory that they keep on these things is gargantuan.
Oh.
There are like 50 to 100 of those sort of giant, sort of Panamax, friggin' giant rectangle class of RV that you could live in for the rest of your life, no problem. And there's like 50 to 100 of these things. I mean, there's all different classes, of course, but there's a million of each. And it's like, there's no way they're moving that much product. I mean, these have to be $100,000, $200,000 at least, these big ones.
Sure.
And there's a ton of them on there. There's like $15 million worth of RV on each one of these things, on each one of these lots. And these lots are everywhere. And I don't understand it.
Where? Define everywhere.
Well, not necessarily everywhere, but a lot more than you'd think. I mean, we got one over here on Colonial and Park, right next to the thing, and that's what I was looking at.
Right
that,
next to the thing.
I was like,
right next to. What's the thing?
And that almost makes sense, right? Because you're in the middle of Orlando. It's kind of a vacation place.
It's not quite the middle. Yeah, but most people vacationing aren't going up there.
Well, and they're not vacationing here and then getting an RV here. It's kind of like my point about you don't buy luggage at the airport because you've already got luggage. By the time you're at the airport, it's too late to buy luggage. It's kind of like that. If you're on vacation here, if you're planning on going to Fort Wilderness and you're like, oh, you know what we don't have? A way to camp at Fort Wilderness. That we should pick that up on the way in.
Did you pack the camper?
I got us an RV hookup, but I didn't think about it until we got about 5 hours down the road. We don't have an RV.
We don't have it. Oh, I forgot.
So, hey, but I know of a place in Winter Garden. They got them there. So we'll go by there and grab one on the way in.
Oh my gosh.
But there's so many. And another thing is that you don't ever see, or at least I've never seen, all of those things being delivered. Like a giant like convoy of these enormous RVs coming in. So they're a massive mystery to me. I don't know where they come from, where any of this inventory comes from. Do they rotate it out? I mean, is it like, some car dealerships, your inventory is your inventory. You got to do so. You can't send back the stuff you didn't sell. They don't, the manufacturers don't care. Like you sell what you got. That's there's no way they're selling that many RVs. There's no way.
But they must be, right? They have to be. What else are they going to do with them?
That's my point. But I mean, they're always full. I don't see an RV lot that's like,
okay, this is what you need to do.
We got 4 left. They all just like 30 of them.
Maybe you should get Emily to do this. Okay. Have her get a job there. And then it's the fun thing
Good
to
plan.
do now. Have her get a job there, and then they'll hire her in a heartbeat. They're like, she wouldn't have to put a resume together. Just show up, say, I hear you're looking for help. You're hired, right? And then all she has to do is work there a couple of days. We just need a little inside information. We need to find. She just has to ask questions. And she would be so good at it. Like, so do you really sell all of these? I can hear her saying that too. Like, do you really? If I can't do the accent, like, did you really sell all these? And then they would tell her, like, well, here's the little secret. And she, that's fascinating. I quit. Oh wait, one more question. I don't quit.
Hey, hold on.
I think that's what she has to do. Have you thought about doing that before? Like I wonder how it works. I wonder what it's like there. And the only way to really find out is to get a job.
Yeah.
You have to go work there. And there's
like, I've always wanted to have a look at all of that machinery that's behind the bowling alley that sets the pins up and all that.
You can so make that happen. Tomorrow. In fact, you could probably walk in with some overalls on. People wear those still, and a toothpick. You got a toothpick in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
And a pencil behind your ear, and you got to carry a bag and a bag. Or you have a clipboard, but you carry a big bag, like a bag of tools or something, right?
Uh-huh.
And you got to make sure you haven't shaved. And you
Maybe
go in there.
Reflective vest too. Those are
reflective vests.
Those exude. I'm supposed to be here. Well, it doesn't matter. It just, people are conditioned to see that and go, worker guy.
And you go and you say, I'm here to repair the whatever the thing's called, the return.
That's the thing. I have to Google it or something.
Yeah. And then because you got to be prepared for this, somebody will say, I don't know about, let me get the manager, right? And then you're going to be, oh, God. But wait, and the manager comes out and says, hi, can I help you? I was like, yeah, I got a call. I'm supposed to be looking at, like, you're having a problem
the
with
ball flinger on number 3.
Apparently the thing, the bearings need lubrication or something like that. I'm like, oh, he didn't call and ask for that. I was like, well, I drove all the way out here. Do you want me to just look at it for you while I'm here?
Yeah.
Like, and then they'd be like, oh, yeah, of course, go here. Going back. That's how you get it. You're in there taking pictures in like Flynn.
Yeah. At least I can do it.
Because you're not actually going to do anything. You're just going to go back there and you're going to look at it. You're like, oh yeah, this looks great. Everything looks good here. I think we're all good. Do I have to sign for anything? No reason to sign it. No charge. Yeah. No charge. You know what? Have a beer on us. I don't mind if I do. I can see it all playing out.
Want to bowl a game?
Let me call Mark. Mark, what are you doing? Come on over. Until the actual repair guy shows up.
Yeah.
And then you have to run.
That's like the thing that you did. Trip the thing that called that guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. I feel like this could actually happen. Or you could just have somebody like, again, Emily walk in and say, you know what? I've always wondered how does this work? Would you mind showing me? And they're like, oh yeah, come on back. Yep. She could totally do that. I think I think we're just afraid to ask sometimes. Like, how does it actually, could you just show me how this works? I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I mean,
the bowling thing, I think that they would be
upfront
front about, but there's something that just seems kind of scary and nefarious about the RV thing. I think there's something going on there. You mean like
getting the job or
just asking them? I think that's going to be proprietary information.
I think if you go I think if you go in actually like you're going to buy one of the more expensive RVs, and you say to them, I think you can do it like this. You say, look, my employer just told me I can work anywhere I want. Anywhere I want is anywhere I want. So I thought, what better than to get an RV and just travel around the country and work wherever I can work. So I'm selling my house. That's what you have to use those words. So I'm selling my house and buying an RV. Okay, so now they already know. You're like, okay, you're serious. You're going to be spending a lot of money on this thing. Like, what's the most RV I can purchase without having to get a special license? And then have them walk you through that. Like, you ask all the questions, blah, 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 all the things. So you can be kind of naive and novice about it, but seriously interested. And then just as they think you're really, really interested, because you've gotten it down to like one or two, right? Then you say, let me call my wife, or let me call my significant other. Let me call my Mark and see if this, if he can get over here, she can get over here to take a look at this with me, because I really love it. I'm hoping they do too. So you call, hey, honey, can you come? Yeah, okay, I'll see you in a bit, right? She's not coming. That's not the important part. While you're waiting, though, and you say, so like, how many of these do you move? Like, how many of these do you sell? Oh, they'll totally answer at that point. No doubt in my mind. You're going to get it. You're going to get everything. All the goods. Absolutely. You're not buying it. You're like,
well, I don't know, man.
You're looking at me incredulously.
I think there's some trade secrets in there somewhere. I mean, they may give you an answer, but I don't know if you're going to get the whole picture.
I think you're going to get it. I think that's the way.
Something's going on. That's a front or something, because there's too many of these things.
Or maybe is there like RV dealership? Is an RV dealership? What do you call it? Franchise. That's the word. Is an RV dealership franchise? Can you somehow like get information about a franchise?
They all seem to be independent, but it may not be the case. I mean, it's obvious, car dealerships are obvious, they put it out there. Hey, this is a Chrysler dealership. This is a Ford or whatever. And then it can be more than one. But with the RV things, I don't even know what the brands of RV are.
Winnebago.
Well, there's Winnebago. That's the only one that I'm really familiar with. I guess is that what's the
Mercedes?
Silver
Mercedes makes
something.
The
Silverliner.
Silver something.
Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer RV, definitely that one. Silver Streak, what is it?
I'm looking.
Silver Fox? No.
Silver Fox, I'm sure that's what it is.
Silver Screen, Silver
Spoons? What was the theme song of that? How did that go?
A couple of silver spoons. Was it Making the Way? No.
Yeah, you got it. You're there. You're getting close. Oh, it's the one. It's hard. It's elusive, isn't it? Ricky Schroeder.
Here we are, face to face. A couple of silver spoons. Is that it?
Yeah, but how do you remember the words, not the tune?
Here we are, face to face. A couple of silver spoons.
Hoping to find
two of a kind.
Wait, have we just stepped into like bosom buddies or no? That was
that
why would it be two of a kind?
I don't think that did Bosom Buddies is
Bosom
My
Buddies
Life
by Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. I was thinking of
the guy that
Larry and Balky. What was that?
Yeah, from Chicago. Yeah, the Perfect Strangers.
Perfect Strangers. That's the one I was thinking of.
Show. Oh my god, it was the best show. It was a great show.
Custom Laddie.
There are recreational vehicle dealer franchises.
Okay.
But only 6
Big
states
Bob's RVs and stuff.
Only 6 states have comprehensive franchising laws that apply specifically to RV dealers: California, Georgia, Maine, Michigan, and I have to click on the link. I can't read all this. California is unusual in that the state's new. I'm not reading all this. It's just too much. But I think you could do it. You could probably get information about how it works.
I just think
I'm with you, man. I think
this.
there's so if there is a center of the universe for RV dealerships, I do believe I do believe that it occupies this space that's somewhere between the Spokane. I think it's Spokane, Washington. Hold on. Mark Whiting's ears are going to pop up or perk up here. It's where are you here? It is between. I think it's between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So yeah, so that stretch between Spokane, Washington. I think that's how they pronounce it, Spokane, and Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. That area in there. That stretch of what is it? I-90. I-90 has. It's like place after place after place after place of massive size RV dealerships in the middle of
that's what I'm saying.
Nowhere.
What's there? Nothing.
It's the weirdest thing.
You have to go, you have to make a decision to go there to buy from them.
I'm telling you.
It's like this one over here makes sense. It's around people.
This is what
those
it looks
I need an RV.
Google, this is what Google Maps looks like. Hold on. Come on. There. Look at that. Like, it's crazy.
That's the RV?
Yes. Those are RV.
Wow.
RV places. Yes.
For podcasters, there was a bunch of them. Podcast listeners.
Yes. There is Blue Dog RV, Post Falls. There's Craig's Auto and RV. There's another Blue Dog RV. There's Liberty RV. There's R&R RV Center. There's another Blue Dog
R&R RV Center.
Blue Dog's got like 3 places on the same stretch. Camping World of Spokane, True Line RV, P&M RV Repair.
You would think eventually somebody was going to have to repair one of these. It's amazing that there are way more dealerships than there are repair shops.
Northwest Boat and RV. Oh, here.
It's like when your RV breaks, you just throw it away and get a new one because they've got way more than.
Spokane Airstream Adventure. So it's Airstream.
Airstream is what I was trying to think of.
And then another Northwest Adventure Rentals. So that's a RV rental place. Isn't it crazy?
It's nuts.
Oh, and then there's a National RV show. The 2022 National RV Show, interestingly enough, is in Spokane.
Spokane. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's Spokane.
Maybe that is.
I think it's Spokane.
Like the RV epicenter up there.
And don't forget Chuck's RV company. That's just...
No, you can't forget Chuck.
Oh my God. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. That's beautiful country up there, though.
Yeah, I mean, a place you would want to RV. But again, if you're there, you've already got your
population
RV,
isn't real high. There's not a lot of people living there.
Right.
It's not like a big metropolis.
So where do they pull their people from? Where do they pull their customers from?
Maybe they sell them online and then you pick it up on your way to the campground. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to Carvana a thing.
Maybe it doesn't matter because, like, if you've now converted to a life of living on the road, you just fly there, buy your vehicle, and then you're off.
I guess.
Right? Like, it's a destination purchase, and maybe the taxes are good there or something. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you don't have like tax and title are real cheap there or something. I don't know.
I just still think it's like a money laundering scheme or something.
Look, they're not mutually exclusive. It could very well be that too.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Yeah. If there's anyone listening who is in RV sales or has inside information, you can, if you want to remain anonymous, you can.
Yeah.
If you have information you want to share
send
with
us some information at accidentallyderivative@gmail.com. Tell us, put us out of our misery here and let us know what the skinny is on this RV.
And make sure you use an RV emoji in the subject line so that way we know how to filter it properly. Right.
We filter exclusively by emoji. So. I
was gonna make a joke about the children we employ to filter, but that's not funny.
Hey there, Possum Rob here. Wanted to step in a second to remind you to hit that like button on the video here. If you're a subscriber, you're beautiful, you're amazing. You can date my sister anytime. You should know she's also a possum. Just a full disclosure there. Some people don't like to assume. Anyways, if you're not a subscriber, please take a second while I've interrupted the show here to hit that button too. The more subscribers we get, the more YouTube lets us do with the channel. If you're listening to the podcast version, do us a solid if you would, And swing over to Apple Podcasts, give us a rating, maybe even a review. Also, if you dig the show, tell somebody about it. They'll love you for it, and we'll love you for it too. We're all about the friggin' love over here. Finally, if you have a question for the guys, if you ever been in some kind of an awkward situation, the kind the guys are always talking about, put it in an email and send it to accidentallyderivative@gmail.com. And the guys will take a look at it, read it out on the air, and give you the valuable advice you've been looking for. After all, that's what they're here for, to help. Don't look at me like that, they told me to say that. All right, back to the show. Take it easy, all right? Later.
Yep. Oh, the old sweatshop jokes. Those are fun.
I'm glad that you pointed out that you were about to make that joke. You didn't make it, but you were about to. So, in a way, you still kind of did.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. Speaking of awkward.
Yeah. Let's speak more of that.
I was finishing my walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm approaching my house. And I see, it's at a point where I'm probably a good 25 feet away. Maybe even 30 or so. Mm-hmm. And the mail lady is at, the mail person is at my mailbox. In a little truck, little Jeep, whatever it is, little RV. I don't know, whatever.
Micro RV.
And then I thought to myself, okay, because I'm walking, and by the time I get to where my mailbox location is along where the sidewalk is, and for our British listeners, that is the, what do they call it? They call it the pavement. That's the pavement we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
The clip-clop bollywalk.
Sure. Give a dog a bone.
They have cute names for things over there.
I'm going to be at this point where if I can't go to the mailbox when I would get to the mailbox because she will still be at the mailbox.
Right, yeah.
If I do that, then it's going to be this awkward thing where not only does she have to hand me the mail, or she has to pull the mail out of the box that she already put in there. Mm-hmm. But now I'm going to have to engage.
Right.
And
I've got an interesting version of that on my side too. So after we get done, I want to point mine out too.
Okay. Put a pin in it.
Yeah, pin.
So.
Okay, where's the emoji?
a little background on this. Why this may be a problem is, so generally speaking, I don't like to engage with people. I don't know if you know that about me.
I thought maybe that was the case, but I didn't want to say anything.
It's a little bit like that.
I didn't want to engage with you on
but especially somebody who reads my mail. Like, this person knows things that some aren't even true. Like, some of the things you get in the mail, like, why do I get this? Like adult diapers. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Why? You know what I mean? Like, the things.
You're still getting that, or is that? Did they?
No, it was a one-time deal.
Okay,
I still think someone punked me, but. So I get. I'm like, I don't want to I don't want to talk to this person, right? Okay. The mail that the people who used to live there get is a problem because we still get whoever this Regina person is who used to live there. I guess we still get stuff for her. Oh, especially great the stuff we get related to political donations. And I'm like, are you serious? So here's the thing.
We need to fumigate the house again.
But that mail still comes, right? That mail still comes. Okay. Sure. Now, step back in time about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
A certain friend of ours was coming to visit from the United Kingdom.
Yes.
And so they had some things being delivered in advance of their trip. You know, like we send stuff to Mars before we send the people kind of thing.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like that. So they were having things shipped in advance. Okay. And I guess they thought it was one order, but it turned out to be, I think it was an order from Walmart or something. It turned out to be, or Costco. It turned out to be shipped in 5 parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not a big deal from my point of view, except by the time the third package came, maybe, the mail person had circled the name on the package and left a little card saying something like, please. It was one of those little cards where you put the names of people living there on the cards, like the new people, like whoever's going to be starting. Like put new people on here. Like, but she wrote it like angry writing. Like,
what? Why? Well, what's the matter?
Because there's like, this person's name is not on the registry. It felt very like, we don't do this in America. Like, why are you so worried about this? Like,
yeah, like the address is correct. Isn't that all you really need?
It was really
You've been
weird.
delivering this other lady's mail this whole time.
That's what I was thinking. Like, Regina's getting mail still here. I've never filled out a card.
You take the cards and say, "Take Regina the hell off of my."
I know, right? Delete Regina. It was just really so. All this happened. And, of course, I didn't do anything with the card. I didn't follow the directions.
No, because it's temporary. It's not going to...
Right. And so now, 2 weeks later, I'm potentially going to have this encounter. And now I don't want to be... I don't want to have a conversation about it. Like, so, did you fill out the card? Or what's the deal with the new person? Or blah, 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 whatever. Like, I don't want to get into it. So this is my move.
And what's it to you, by the way?
I know. So my move is I'm just going to walk by as if it's not my mailbox. At a speed like that would not imply I'm finishing my walk in 16 steps.
Right.
Right. I don't even know if I can make the corner up to my house at that speed. Right. So I go on by. I can't remember whether I made eye contact or I was so in my head at that point. I was stressed out. But I walked past, and then I like turned the corner. I don't know if I didn't turn the corner, but I just kind of like, I think turned back around because I heard her drive away, like like the little car like move after I went by. Then she started moving forward till they go to my neighbor's mailbox, and I figured by that point she's gonna be so focused on the neighbor's mail that I'll be fine, right? Okay, I turn around. There she is, parked in front of the neighbor's mailbox, the next neighbor down. Great. I'm just gonna circle back to my mailbox and get this stuff. No problem. She is like on my approach back to my mailbox. She leaps from the Jeep and she's hand delivering something up to the neighbor's door. And then she looks over at me like, hi, I see you. I know you were trying to avoid me.
She's like, how's Claire?
I couldn't answer. She didn't engage because we were far enough away that there wasn't like conversational. Sure. But I was like, no, now she thinks I'm avoiding her, which I am.
I was about to say, well, that's not entirely untrue.
I know.
We run into that too. Like I just don't like in general going out there when the mail guy is there. And here's the problem. Here's the trap. At this where I live here, we have a bank of mailboxes like right outside of our door. You may have seen them when you've been over.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Our mailbox is not in that bank of mailboxes.
Makes no sense.
None at all. Ours is in the bank of mailboxes that is on the direct opposite side of this building that's in front of our building.
Why?
So the point is, you have no indication as to whether or not the mail guy is at our thing until you are rounding the corner purposefully headed towards the mailbox.
Do you know which one he goes to first? Does he go to...
He goes to that one first. If he's here, then I know he's not over there. But the thing is, it's only through that positive detection that I can determine whether or not he has been to the other one. Now, if he's gone to this one and he has already left, I have no way of knowing if he's over there if he hasn't been there yet, he is there now, or he has been and gone. And so I go down and I take a right, and he may have the whole thing open, and his guy, because it's one of those banks of mailboxes, so that like he is like much more busy because he's got that weird corrugated plastic bucket of mail, and he's putting a lot of stuff, and he's got doors wide open and all of this stuff. And I always feel like he would be apprehensive if I approached at that moment, because that seems like
you think you're gonna rob him or something? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, because there's all kinds of driver. There's all kinds of weird laws and regulations around what you can and can't do with mail, and so I'm like, I don't know, is that going to be a thing where he's like, this is unsecured, sir, step back, I don't know. I have no idea. These are other people. Like, if I opened somebody else's mailbox, that would be bad. I would that would be
only if you took the mail.
Friggin' crime.
Only if you accidentally opened it and you didn't take the mail, you're fine.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
I mean, I might, who knows? But because the mail is so weird, man. The mail is just a bizarre thing, and so I don't ever want to get over there or be like, hey, can you stop what you're doing real quick and give me my mail? Like, that sounds entitled and crappy, so I don't want to do that. And so I have to turn. I have to turn around.
I'm just gonna wait here. I'll just wait. I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, you go do your thing. Don't mind me. No.
I can't stand there and stare at the guy while he does his job, or I can
with your arms crossed.
Awkward
you have
thing
to stand there with your arms crossed too. Like, just wait.
Right. But or I could do the awkward thing of going, oh, and then turning around and walking back.
And then go where?
House.
Where do you go for a walk around your block and then come back?
Well, I just back to the house. I mean, it's just right there, and then I just wait longer. And the thing is, if you don't, if I'm really wanting to get the stuff out the mailbox and I don't wait long enough, and for whatever reason, he's taking too long, and I go again.
That's the worst.
And he's there. That's even worse. That's like 10 times worse.
That's like knocking on the bathroom door a second time.
Right. Yeah. No, not done yet.
I love it when you do that and people are like, yes. Like, what? I didn't ask a question. I just knocked. Yes.
What you don't want to hear is, come in.
Enter. No. Or, oh, thank God.
Jeez. What am I going to do for this guy?
Oh, my goodness.
Can you bring me some toilet paper?
Did I ever tell you the time I almost fell in the toilet?
You almost fell in the toilet.
Did I talk about that?
I know that you did.
This is embarrassing. And it was a toilet in our Senate office.
Government toilet.
Government toilet. Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's a toilet upstairs, the second floor of this office, just off the little mail where the mail area was, which is ironic as it turns out, and I generally don't like to do certain types of things in public toilets.
Yes. Oh, yes. I understand.
Okay. Let's just put that out there.
I am in full agreement.
Yeah. I got lots of childhood trauma related to this. And by lots, I mean probably 1 or 2 times that something happened. And I'm like, no, I'm never doing that again. One which involved the kid looking through the crack.
Oh, man.
I
don't know who designs those things.
I can still see that eye. I can't. I'm like, go away. Go away. What do you think you're doing in here? Not we. Me, myself, and I.
The royal we, man.
Anyway, but they had to be done.
Well, yeah.
So, I went into this bathroom And underneath, there are like these cleaning products there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I know
underneath
this because
what?
underneath the counter or something, underneath like the water, the sink or something. There's like these cleaning products. And I know this because like one other time, this similar thing happened. And not a bad track record over 4 years. But so I would grab like, there was like this cleaning product, which was like a disinfectant of some sort. And I would spray the heck out of the toilet seat with this disinfectant. This one, okay? I mean, just spray it. And then I would wait whatever the prescribed amount of time was. And I'd wipe it down. And then we're good to go. Good to go.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Fresh toilet. Right. Well, this time, I go in there. I grab the little can thing. I spray. Right? Okay. Wait the percent amount of time. Wipe it down. Okay. I sit on the toilet. I literally almost fell in and then off the toilet.
In and then off. Okay.
In and then off. Because what I sprayed on the toilet was a lubricant.
Whoop.
It was like some knockoff WD-40 thing. The can looked just like the other. I'm like, what is this? So then I'm in there like, oh no, like I've got to clean. How do I get this off the toilet? Like, how am I going to clean this toilet so that it doesn't? So I had to like clean it and then wait and then try it and then clean it and wait and try it. Like
a test drive. Put it through field testing. I don't think it's there yet.
That toilet seat was the cleanest toilet in the entire Senate. I mean, like no doubt
Slickest
about
too.
it. Ooh, or at least for a moment it was. I can't be the only person where that's happened. You know, like
who's accidentally lubed up their toilet seat.
Yeah, there's got to be.
I don't know. That's pretty. It's pretty bizarre.
I hear it's pretty common, actually.
Oh, is that right? I must not be talking to the same people.
Pretty common, as it turns out.
Well, at least it wasn't some form of adhesive. That's the opposite end of the spectrum would be much, much worse.
No pun intended about the opposite. Yes. No, can you imagine me? And that's probably happened too.
Now that I would, definitely. That's been.
That you believe is more like.
Yeah, because that's such a prank, right? That's somebody has done that to somebody on purpose for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Oh. No, I can't tell this story. I'm gonna get. There's a story I want to tell you, but I gotta get permission before I tell you.
Okay. Yeah,
it could cross a line, but it's a good story. It really would have fit in perfectly here, but it'll give us something to look forward to, possibly.
Yeah.
But staying within the realm of these things. Mm-hmm. This is gross. I don't care. So, I'm in the yard yesterday. With dogs, playing fetch. Now Luna the lab, she doesn't really play. She plays fetch every once in a while. She really has to be in the mood for it. Typically, what she likes to do is find a sunny patch and lay in it. Preferably if it's just dirt, and preferably if it's right in the middle of where Sophie is going to be running to get the ball.
Right, yeah.
Right, she just lets it play right there. And then she'll look around like, are you going to... And Sophie, amazingly, if she's really good about running around Luna, typically. It's kind of a nice thing. Okay. So, I'm throwing the ball, like, we're playing fetch. Luna's, like, doing her laying there thing. And Sophie drops the ball mid-run back, drops the ball, smells the ground, and then proceeds to pee on the ball. I don't think she meant to pee on the ball, but where she dropped the ball and then where she aligned herself was right on the ball. Right.
Okay.
And it's like this rubber ball. So it'll rinse off fine, but like...
Yeah. In the moment.
I'll wait for the sprinklers to come over the next rain, like that's not. So then she comes running over to me, barking at me like, okay, throw the ball.
Where the ball is.
I'm like, the ball's over there where you left it, where you peed on it. It's over there. I'm like literally having this conversation with her. The ball's over there. The ball you peed on is over there. Go get it. And I'm not actually, don't get it. And then she runs, then she sees it. She runs over to it. And then she's like,
somebody peed on this.
Yeah, right. She's looking at me like I'm responsible for this thing. Like, what are you doing? Like, did you? And she's barking at Luna. Like, Luna did it. Like, no, it's no one else. It's you. It's you. You're the one who did it. You peed on your ball.
Hey, come on, you're a dog. You have the nose. You know that's your pee.
You know it. She's like, nah, it wasn't me. Promise, it wasn't me.
You guys smell that stuff to identify one another. You know that's yours. God.
So I go over to this ball. And I go, I'm going to get another ball, right? I'm going to get another ball. I go to this ball, and I kick it away. Well, she runs after it.
Oh, Lord, here we go. And
then she picks it up. And now she brings it to me. And she's like, here. I'm like,
Take
what am I going to do? Well, she can't bring it. I don't want her to bring it in the house.
Right.
So I have to take the pee ball out of her mouth. Yeah, so now I got this. So then the thing is, I get it out of her mouth, and not only do I realize like what has been on this, but now it's also slimy because it's got her like mouth slime all over it. So now it's like I get this like goo on my hands, and all I can think, I'm looking down, and Luna's like watching, like you're a piece of work. Like you can't believe it. I cannot believe.
Well, what am I watching here? What is this?
How did that happen? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Proud moment. Nice.
That's all. I think that's my pins. That's all my pins I have.
Well, we do happen to have.
Oh, you have Q&As. P and Qs.
We've got a P's and Q's.
You have XYZ PDQs, right?
We do indeed.
Oh, actually, I did have another. We'll save this. I'm going to save this other one. So yeah, let's talk about the PDQs.
All right. So,
or P and Qs. I don't know why I'm calling it PDQ. Pretty darn quick. I don't know. Cross your T's and I don't know what I'm saying.
So, Listener Mark, our Pacific Northwest Mark, sent us a P's and Q's question, and it is as follows. Here is a scenario for your consideration on Accidentally Derivatives News, Social Situations, and Life Advice feature, also known as P's and Q's. My wife and I recently took a cruise through the Caribbean and ran into this situation. At dinner time, we were seated at a table for 4, with settings for just us 2 on one side across from each other. We were next to a table for 6, with settings for 5. So directly next to us were Grandpa, across from Son. Next to them were Grandma and daughter-in-law, and next to Grandma was grandson. So we got a 5. We got 5. 5 folks here. During the appetizer, Grandpa started to cough a little. During the main course, Grandpa coughed more and started to sneeze as well.
Oh, no.
Being kind-hearted to his family, he directed his coughs over towards our table. When he coughed, he kept his gaze at son or daughter-in-law while turning his head, so he never had to look at either of us. His mitigation strategy was to bring his hand up to cover his mouth, but he only brought his hand up halfway. This totally worth.
It was like that. Like I'm gonna. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, like nothing. It's not doing anything. This totally worthless gesture made him look like he was about to adjust his tie, rather than doing anything to attenuate a cough. So I had 2 ideas, but couldn't quite bring myself to execute either of them. First, I could have grabbed Grandpa, dragged him to the side of the ship, and tossed him overboard. While this has a high satisfaction level in its favor, this was a Disney cruise, not a Carnival cruise, so that was out. Second, I thought of rearranging our places so that we would be seated at the other spots at our table, but the logistics of this retreat would have been difficult with the main entree all laid out. So what are your thoughts?
You go first.
Yeah, that's a tough one because it's a situation where you've got a whole family of people. If you try to make some kind of a stand or hey or whatever, you've got son and daughter-in-law, and they're going to get all up in your face about how he's got problems and grandpa's, he's a good guy and fought in the war or whatever. And that's not going to be good. And I guess the option number 2 seems like probably the better thing. I mean, I get that, once you're in the situation, it's hard to make that change. Certainly you remember for next meal when you sit down, sit to the far end of the table. But
I was going to say, you go, this doesn't help you for this dinner. You go to the maitre d' or whoever the person is, and you say, like, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to cause any problems or whatever, but.
Yeah, but Captain COVID over here is.
We need a new table assignment, because
spritzing us with his.
All you have to say is I'm uncomfortable because of health issues. They're going to totally change your.
We're getting spritzed with lung mist over here, and so we would like to.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're sick. I'm just saying, like, they're sneezing a lot. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
It's not.
And I'm just moving. Just move me. I don't think you can. You don't do the confrontation thing.
I mean, like, what you can do is wait for him to start coughing, because he's not protecting his mouth when he's coughing. He's adjusting his tie or whatever. He's got like, I don't know what that does. I mean, I can visualize that gesture. I've seen people do it where it's almost like they're. It's kind of like you're saying, they're adjusting the tie or maybe protecting the tie from the junk that's coming out of their face or something. I don't know, but I can see that gesture. I've seen people do it when they've been coughing, and it makes no sense.
I'm trying to reenact it's
like you've got it up. Like, I don't know.
I think it's like a recognition. Like, I realize I'm coughing. It's don't worry. I got this under control, kind of. I don't know.
I think it's almost like that same gesture you do if you're wearing a suit and you're drinking out of a water fountain and you want to keep your tie from going into the water. It's almost like that.
Or you flip it out over your shoulder. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think that when he's doing that, I think you throw a piece of meat in his mouth.
What? What are you, a baby bird? No.
I think that's the route to go. If he's opening up,
because that won't cause any issues. Yeah, that's great.
No he's not looking at you. He doesn't know where it came from. He's looking at his son-in-law or son and daughter-in-law or whoever. You just hum a little bit of I don't know, meat or maybe just a pea. It just wants to sling a pea over there. I think that's what you should do.
Yeah. This is when you touch your chest. This is the international sign for the meat toss. You're supposed to be receiving the meat toss.
The meat toss. International sign of the meat toss.
Apparently, you've never been to Latvia, and this is what that means.
Oh yeah, Estonia does it too, but they do it with the other.
Well, they do the other stand exactly. Yeah.
Now he does include what they did do, what they ended up doing.
Okay.
So we have here, we left as soon as we finished the main entree. Unfortunately, this alarmed our servers to no end, and we spent many subsequent meals assuring them that they were excellent and it wasn't about anything that they had done. Yeah, I can see that they would be like, "Oh my God, what did we do?" Because when we were on the Disney cruise, it was whenever anyone at the table declined food that the servers offered, like especially at like times like breakfast when there's like a cart roving around with different pastries on it, and if you were like, "Oh no, thank you," they were like hurt that we didn't.
It's very personal.
They're like, "Oh, do you hate me?"
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I imagine that you
have I done anything to upset you?
Personally cooked this and.
And it was like, it was almost like I wanted to take the Danish, just so that guy would feel better.
No, it's like, well, they would ask if you.
But then if you don't eat it, they also.
Well, sometimes I would order like extra appetizers because I just wanted to taste it. I just wanted to try it.
Right.
I don't want to go the rest of my life not knowing what that was going to taste like. So I would order it, and then I taste it. Like, okay, and then it's done its duty. It's like I'm done. You know,
Right,
I didn't finish it. It's fine, whatever. Okay, and then they come. They're like, oh, did you not like it? Is there something wrong?
Like, no.
Like, no. Look at me. I don't need all of this. I'm just tasting and moving along.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
fun.
it.
It's perfectly
They don't
fun.
get that a lot, apparently.
No, I guess everybody wolfs
clean your
everything
plate.
down, or what?
I don't know. You get the judgy, like, oh, I'm going to have this, and and also bring me this, and there's like, okay, I don't think you need that, but
yes, I guess that's
okay.
Are you sure that's the route you want to go here?
I don't think it's going to end well. It's like, I just want to taste. Just want to taste. Don't judge me.
Okay, just gonna taste up.
You're going to be pushing desserts later, buddy. Don't act like you're innocent.
Right. You want an extra scoop of that ice cream?
Yeah, you get no dessert. They still bring you one. Like, I just brought this just in case. Like, really?
Thanks.
If I was an alcoholic, I just ordered this drink just in case. Just in case.
You don't want any wine? We'll bring you some whiskey. How about that?
Like, no.
Just in case. We'll just leave the bottle here just in case. That way, no judgment.
I know you're a vegetarian. Here's a steak. Just in case.
Just in case you change your mind on that whole vegan thing.
Right.
Because that happens a lot on these cruises. People get out in international waters and bets are off.
The shrimp. Yes.
Shrimp? That's practically a vegetable.
Okay. No.
It doesn't think
because of the algae. Yeah. Plankton.
Plankton, yeah. You get it. It's the same thing.
Plankton.
Shrimp. Cow. I mean, it's all the same.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark.
I hope, Mark, that we helped you out on what
he's done. It's over. He doesn't.
Yeah, but I mean, for future reference.
For future reference.
This is Mark. He's going to go on another.
God,
I hope
it doesn't have. Yeah, he goes all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He goes all the time.
So next time you get coffee McContagion next door, then just go to your maitre d' and say, I don't hate you, but on the subject of hate, our neighbor sucks.